Hello everybody, my name is Paul the Whalers, or you can call me Paul, and we're going to start with the next level, Junkyard Isles, because we're looking for parts for Flynn's ship, because it's not well put together, but we'll be fine. So Tyler's just going to take the charge.
We gotta make a quick pit stop before we shove off to find that hermit fella.
What do you expect to find around here?
Oh, you can find a lot of things around here, Callie. Maybe even love.
Oof.
Welcome aboard the Dread Yacht, Skylander. You arrived just in time, too. Here's the dealio. First thing we need for our trip is probably the most important thing ever. Now, I get myself, of course, but because of a misunderstanding, I'm not really allowed to set foot on this island. Hey, it's a long story.
And I'm sure a fascinating one.
So if you could just go pick it up for me, Callie can get going on some minor repairs, which I'll oversee.
So, fun fact about why Flynn did that, I believe one of the developers parked Flynn's ship wrong. So, they decided, we can have it like that, because... Alright. Okay, so Flynn was flying the way that I guess one of the developers didn't want to, so they decided to flip the ship around. So they decided to have that little gag. Alright, so first secret, just land down here. Need to be quick about this. Here's the chest. Of course, since I have all this money, we'll be using it for something else. Alright, up we go. So if you don't feel like using a bomb, you can also use a giant to break through. But there's kind of a reason why I picked Chop Chop for this. Because it's gonna come up right now.
Using the Skylander of a particular element in areas that match will give them more power and experience. Skylanders of the undead element are stronger.
Okay, something else that's returning from Star Wars Adventure is elemental areas. So, or elemental zones. I'm just gonna go with elemental area. Alright, so as Ian said, since I am using Chop Chop, who is part of the undead element, he does a little bit of bonus damage, as you can see by that skull, indicated by my attack and under my attack points or whatever. Now, I would like to stress, you do not need a Skylander. I'm just going to put Swarm back on. You do not need a Skylander in the elemental area. You can completely beat one. You can basically beat the entire game of Giants with just one Skylander, depending on the difficulty. Alright, so here's something else that a Giant can do. As you can see, they are able to move islands. So Bouncer can do it, and so can Swarm, as well as the other 6. Also, I think Giants can open up treasures a bit quickly. I don't know why. Alright, so I'm just going to stick with Swarm until I have to switch to another character. Alright, so here's our first item.
Awesome! Now it's finally a road trip!
Seriously? This is what we came here to get?
You are right, Callie. Let's get serious. Look, our engine is currently just a family of raccoons. And it's probably not a good thing, right? Luckily, I know a guy who can sell us a real one.
Wait, up until now, this ship has been running solely on raccoon power?
Angry raccoon power, to be exact. In fact, better not tell the little critters they're being replaced. They won't like that.
Alright, so we're just gonna... I'm actually gonna show off something that you can do with that record player. If you stand next to it, your character will start singing. Which is pretty nice, I might add. It, you know, gives... Like, to me, what they're doing with the Skylanders, having them talk more, it sort of gives them a bit more personality.
Skylanders.
So, I feel like a new character right now, so... Unleash Earth Statue, Flashwing.
Blinded by the light.
So the Earth element are stronger.
Alright, so Flashwing, you can shoot out these little crystal shards. You can hold down the shard shoot button, and you can shoot a more powerful shot. Also, you can twirl around. Twirling around next to enemies will do rapid damage, as I will now demonstrate. Now, I'm on her bottom path, which means I can shoot, which means I can still spin, but shoot out a little shard thing. And her final attack, pressing the third attack button, you fire everything except forward. Alright, just gonna dodge out of the way of this guy. But you can also press and hold this to do her soul gem. Alright, just gonna blow this up. And here we have another legendary treasure.
Mesmerizing, like me.
Yes, you are. Okay, let's continue on. And here we have another thing that we need this key to continue on. Alright, let me try doing the lighthouse attack. So any enemy that touches the laser will get hurt. Now, funny enough, if I had a giant, like if I choose to use Swarm or my second giant of my choice, I could technically pick up that boulder, and if you see those enemies walking out of those little holes, I can actually destroy the little hole they come out of. Alright. Let's continue on.
Skylanders of the life element.
Alright, I feel like an old favorite, so let me see if I can find them amongst the darkness. Wait, do I have them out? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, Unleash, Life Statue, Stump Smash.
Are stronger in this zone.
Okay, so Stump Smash did get a Series 2, so his new power is... See that acorn? Now I can auto-fire acorns, basically. So, like in the first game, you know, I see Stump Smash is decently fast. Surprisingly. So, another thing you have to do is that you gotta find, like, all the areas to complete a level. So, pick up the key. And if we move on here, we have more enemies to fight. And just like in the first game, Stump Smash hits incredibly hard. Love that about him. And just like in the first game, you can upchuck this giant nut and play a little bit of bowling. No, it's not croquet. Those enemies are pins. If it was croquet, it would go through the enemies. And just like in the first game, enemies will actively try to attack the acorn. See? That enemy could have fired his arrow, but he chose not to. You know, I like that line. I like that line that he does. Alright, so here we have another story scroll. So this is why I was jumping in the pit earlier, in the first part. Chompy Pits.
While standing around and waiting for more chompies to come eat you is generally dangerous, there are those who enjoy dropping into special chompy pits over and over again. There must be some kind of reward down there. Or perhaps all of these people are just insane.
So because I did that in the first part, I was able to get that Lucotron wheel. So like I said in the first part, they story scrolls actually give out hints, which, you know, I actually kind of like. I like that. Alright, so don't worry, I'm pretty sure during part 3 I will use a different giant instead of giving all this swarm love. But I want to wait it out, showing off the returning characters that I use as well as the new ones. All right, we're just going to continue on because there's no reason to be Stump Smash anymore.
I understand that you're in the market for an engine. That's normally quite expensive. However, I will give it to you for 1 gold coin, provided I can accompany you on your ship. Do we have a deal?
Sure. But if you talk to him again...
Look, shall we? Again, the engine is pretty much free, but I have other fine items available too.
So, yes, you can enter his store, and he actually has hats from the first game. So you can spend your in-game money on, well, collecting the hats. So we have the engine. Should make the ship fly better.
Alright! You're selling us this engine for 1 gold coin?
Indeed. And if you wish to purchase more high-quality merchandise, please come visit my store, which I shall be setting up on this very ship, per my agreement with the Skylander.
What? You're putting who in the what now?
Okay, so we've got music and this engine. What's next?
Those poor raccoons.
The navigation system might be broken. It says we're smack dab in the middle of the chocolate ocean right now. That can't be right, can it?
Nope.
So if we're gonna find that hermit, we might want to replace it. Good news is the evil Dro have just the thing. The compass of ultimate finding. Bad news is they also worship it, and it's well guarded.
Alright, let's go after them.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Turns out that fairy Persephone stowed away on my ship. Strange girl, really. Anywho, she was asking all kinds of questions about you, and frankly, I couldn't understand a word. So why don't you just head through that door and see if you can make heads or tails out of what she's saying?
Alright, will do, because we can't progress on.
Hello, Extremely. It is a great party to dance with Skylanders again, especially now that I have learned to speak your language much better. I am also here to grant you amazing upgrades. I can convert gold into magic, and that magic into new and enhanced abilities for you and all Skylanders.
Okay, so if we...
Very well. But return
So I have I basically have every upgrade for the Skylander. So you press the minus button. You can basically go to your Skylander stat screen. So here you can see your stats. I have done 45 heroic challenges. It used to be you can actually get Sparrow's Adventure characters up to 50, but new characters can only do about 45 because there are some heroic challenges that are not in Giants. Here you have your speed, which I think is the most important. Lets you move faster and dodge attacks. Armor has the increased chance of having this little armor shield protect you. Critical hit allows you has the chance to make you hit harder. And probably my least favorite is elemental power. Basically, increase the amount of elemental damage you can do in that Skylander's elemental area. And HP increases every time you level up, allowing you to take more hits. Alright, so I could use my character up next, but I think I'm gonna use an old favorite. So unleash Tech Statue Boomer. So some returning characters got a Series 2 variant. Boomer did not. So he does not have a new special power, which makes me, mildly upset. I mean, this game was released a year apart, so I'm guessing they didn't have enough time. But Boomer, out of 8 Skylanders, did not receive a series variant, so he did not gain like a Wow Pow, which kind of makes me upset. Alright, Flashwing, you got this.
blinded by the light.
Oh yeah. So essentially, Giants release what I would like to say 16 new characters. the Giants and the new cores. Flashwing and Shroom Boom are one of the new cores, and Swarm and Melter are the new Giants. Giants introduced something called a gimmick, so I think in Giants they showed off new gimmicks, like 3 new toys. The Giants themselves, the something called a light core, which I'm not really going to show off in this playthrough, but what it does is, I'll show it off in the next Skylanders game, but what it does is that you can put a Skylander. When you put like this specific light core character, that character actually glows in the dark. So imagine Shroom Boom. So Shroom Boom is one of those characters that did get a light core. So what that does is that it lights up when it's on the portal, but that's not all it does. In game, it actually acts as sort of like a screen nuke, doing a lot of damage to enemies. The slight problem is that you can only use that once per chapter, and once when you put that Skylander on the portal.
Precious.
A little bit disappointed. So that's very so essentially that's like the third and final thing that they introduced. So what Giants introduced are the Giants themselves, the series core Skylanders, and the light cores.
Shining through.
I still like that. It gives a bit of personality. Her saying "shining through." All right, here's one of the new hats. This police, the siren hat or whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna head out. And before switching back to Boomer, I'm gonna be another old one of my favorites for this upcoming thing. Unleash Fire Statue, Flame Slinger.
Let the flames begin.
So, Flame Slinger got a Series 2, which is neat. Now, sadly, fire's not going to be as used much in this game for some reason. I saw this one video where this guy essentially counted how many elemental areas and zones there are, and fire had the least amount. So, Flame Slinger's new Wow Pow is you have his run button,
Let's explore.
sort of like that. But if you want, run and then press the main attack button, he runs faster. So to me, I like the new powers because I think it makes the character more complete. Like having these new powers is still great. Better to have a new power than not. Oh, the new power is called a Wow Pow. So with that speed, you lose. With that extra speed, you lose a lot. You lose more control, though. All right, Boomer, you're gonna take care of the rest.
Hello again, Skylander. I forgot to tell you something. This is a winged sapphire. When you collect these, I can create those upgrades for you with less gold. It's like a discount.
Very helpful. So there are more winged sapphires in the game. So instead of 10, we got a whole lot more to collect. Alright, so just gonna run up here. Boomer just reminds me of that one Muppet guy. That one bomb Muppet that's obsessed with blowing stuff up. Don't know why. Alright, so we actually have 2 things that we can do over here. We have to blow up the gate. But we're also going to blow up that little lighthouse fan. But first I like to take care of the drone and the little gypsy cart. That's what I'm probably going to call it. Shoot him. Shoot this. Huh. Okay. I guess I need a swarm to unlock it. I thought you can destroy it with a with the turret shots, but whatever. Okay. So we're just gonna get the last few bit of collectibles. Alright, so this Locotron will increase the amount of food that will drop, which is nice. Alright, so here's another soul gem. This time it's for Hothead. Ah, Hot Rod. Alright, we'll preview him. He's another one of the Giants. You know, he's actually pretty good, all things considered. Like he and Storm have the same speed, so they move very slowly. But he turns into like a motorcycle with that soul gem, and we have the Compass of Ultimate Finding.
Way better than when I tried it.
Wait, you went after this compass before?
What? Like I told you, it was a long story. Point is, it's ours now, so I say we set course for the chocolate ocean.
Flynn, we've got a hermit to find, remember? It's time we get this little road trip on the road. Shall we weigh anchor, Captain?
Oh,
Okay, and that takes care of Chapter 2, actually. So all that's left is the time trial. Now we gotta beat this level in 5 minutes. Alright, we got this. Captain Flynn's ship.
well, it looks like it'll be a little while yet before we get to our destination. Sure hope whatever this hermit saw is worth all the hubbub. Meanwhile, why don't you make yourself at home and explore the ship some?
Alright, so we'll do that next part. But right now, it's time for the time trial. In fact, I'm going to show off another new character like I did in the last part. This character you can get from the starter pack. Well, that comes in the starter pack of Giants, actually. So, unleash undead statue, Cinder.
Bolts and lightning.
So Cinder came in the starter pack, and I think she was I think she was more like a tutorial on Series 2 Skylanders as a whole. So I figured, you know, I could use Cinder right here. So, what can Cinder do? Her main attack is that she shoots out shadow electricity. That's what I'm going to call it. So, see this ghost next to me? That's part of her soul gem. The ghost will actually attack nearby enemies. And of course, just like Spyro, Cinder is able to fly. In fact, she shares a lot of similarities to Spyro in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So her Wow Pow, she unleashes electricity from the sky. And you know what? I actually like this. And her, I believe, secondary move is that you can leave a trail behind. And it leaves some ghosts behind. And the ghosts will attack other enemies. Cinder's got this. So you can dash through enemies, do a little bit of damage, have the ghost take care of it. Overall, I say I like Cinder. And of course, since the character's able to fly, if you press the main attack button in the opposite direction, you can turn on a dime. Okay, so we're just moving. Overall, I see people not liking her Wow Pow, but I kind of enjoy it. I mean, 30 damage is nothing to scoff at. I mean, Sun Stress does 30 damage. Plus, you can shoot electricity, then finish it off with lightning. You know, in case you aren't too sure. Do like a little ghost trail. I think her Wow Pow works best if you do a combination of moves. Also, I like how sassy Cinder is in this game. I mean, if you heard her say you call that a challenge.
Take flight.
Also, while flying, a character that is able to, a Skylander that is able to fly can do, I love doing that. I was about to get hit right there, but nope. Alright. Bouncy. Alright, we just need the key. We don't have to kill these guys. Alright, we got all the keys. Alright, be careful where the draw archers land. Alright, found the engine part. Now it's time to move on to the final area.
Welcome back.
Okay, so Series 2 Skylanders, I never showed this off, or I don't think I talked about it, but they can switch their paths. Because usually if you want your Skylander to be on a different path, you would have to restart them from level 0. Yeah, you don't want to do that. But Series Skylanders can basically change their paths, basically. Which I like, but I just don't like that it's relegated to only them. You know, because I'm pretty sure that Giants would like to do that. Maybe Light Course could do that. But no, it's just the Series 2 Skylanders that are only able to do that for some reason. It's not until the 5th game, and we'll get at that later.
I tell you, nice try, but it wasn't.
I love that. Alright, so since we collected the fairy... Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think I did this in most of my Sprocket runs. Nightmare runs, I mean. So, I'm just going to leave that ghost there. I'm going to see if he can take care of the little house. Nope. You know what? We can just shoot and just go. We'll try, but... We'll try shooting the tank, but it won't be enough. Anyway, I think we're going to call it apart right here. Oh, I think I overshoot it. Alright, Cinder, how well did you do? Ah, man, did it in 4. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Paul Willis. We can call me Paul. I'll see you all again next time. Have a good day, everybody.